I want to say that it's for me, and I don't know if this is for everyone else, but I'm going to ask Dr. Sadeghi, is that when I get sick, sometimes I'll get a cold or a fever when in essence, I want someone to take care of me.
This is probably one of the most, you know that I have utmost love and respect for you, and this is just even, now I'm even becoming more clear. This is incredible. I mean, see her level of authenticity and honesty. And I am actually one of those people, just like you are, that sometimes, whether we're conscious or not, and whether we're aware or not, we do things, but there is a particular understanding, request, question, or misunderstanding or misidentification underneath it. You see, if you come from a place that I don't have anybody, who's going to take care of me? You're not asking that question. Who is? It's that 6-month-old, okay, inside you. It's that 6-year-old inside you. It's that 11-year-old that at that moment there was a trauma, and then you misunderstood that unless I get sick, no one is going to be there to take care of me. And you have gotten, okay, into that particular mode or modality. So now you have an opportunity to heal it. So how would you do that? So when the thought comes in, you just go into it and you inner dialogue. You know, I inner dialogue with myself. I have a picture of me when I was 6 months old. And when a particular thing comes up, I just go in there. I see myself, what I look like when I was 6 months old. And I say, you know what, I'm here. I'm going to take care of you. You're no longer alone. And I love you so much, and you're the most important thing to me. And I'm going to take care of you. From this point on, you're not alone. And something shifts. Something shifts. What she's bringing forward is probably the most important thing that I can share with you. Far more important than, okay, the importance of raw food. The importance of, making sure that getting, intravenous nutritional therapies, IVs, detoxification. Far more important, the biggest vitamin that I can share with you, and let me show you. If I could just access this, and I'm sorry about the inconvenience. See, the biggest vitamin that I can share with you, this is the secret. You know what it is? I'll show it to you. It's right here. Right here. Sometimes what we need is, we need to grab the bottle of self-love. And we have to psycho-spiritually nurture ourselves. We have to reparent ourselves. See, out of a particular flu, out of a hypothyroidism, out of cancer, could come an amazing opportunity for us to get back to that wholeness that we are. That wholeness that we are. And starting from that, that's an amazing place. See, our clinic, the wellness center, doesn't even have a sign. The only sign close to it is it's 8 by 6 feet mat that's in front of the door that says, regardless of where I've been, I am choosing to step into my loving. That's a powerful place to be. Regardless of whoever, whatever degree, whether from Mayo Clinic, Harvard, NYU, Oxford, Hopkins, I don't care how many degrees they have. Regardless of a particular limited interpretation that says you're this and you can never get out of it. No. I am begging you, I'm inviting you to just get your power back. Invoke your power. Get that back. Don't give your power away to someone else who says you're this. You're a piece of tissue. You're a hormone, and it's called TSH, and you can never be the same. I don't believe that. You know why? Because I've been exactly where you're sitting. I've been there. I'm a cancer survivor. I'm actually a cancer thriver. Because I learned, and I did this shift, where I realized that my cancer was one of the best things that has ever happened to me. Ever. Why? Because I realized that I needed to start shifting my thought process internally. And as I shifted those thought processes, my entire life changed. I'm still alive, years later, and she looks stunning. Now, sometimes when we miss the boat again, and it's like a bicycle, you're riding and you're getting really good at it, and you know what? There's a bump, and you fall down because you're not looking.
You fall down, and what do? Do you go into self-blame? Do you go into judgment? Do you start slashing yourself? Or can you just kind of brush off, okay, your wound? Just because you fell off the bike, that doesn't mean that you can never ride your bicycle ever again. That you don't deserve to ride your bicycle. No, that's when you go into this. That's when you need to kind of completely get into that. And that's what I call LAF. L-A-F. Self-love, self-acceptance, and self-forgiveness. Flood yourself with all the loving that you can muster. Accept where you're at. And then forgive if there is any particular misinterpretations or judgment. If you judge yourself that you're not worthy of having a beautiful relationship. If you have misidentified yourself as guilty, or you don't deserve that, or you cannot really say that because people will leave you if you really verbalize how you're feeling. As you heal, as you completely forgive yourself for those particular misunderstandings and misinterpretations, that's healing. Application of loving to places inside that they're hurting. And as you hurt less, your physiology changes. I can sit here and I can tell you about why we get sick. A fever is a great thing. Most of the time, it's a clue that something goes wrong. But that's a new way of thinking. I can sit here and I can tell you the importance of mother's signature, the relationship, why we influence our kids so much. Why is it in our society that the bulk of our society, women, our mothers, our sisters, our wives, they have so many connective tissue disorders, that they have so many autoimmune connections? Why is that? A lot of autoimmune. Why are they attacking themselves? Why is that? Why is that? That's the question to ask. Not so much of, oh, tell me what to do, I'll do it. No, this conversation is not about you coming seeing Dr. S. This conversation is not about, you got to come to Beehive of Healing. That's not what this conversation is about. This conversation is not about finding the right doctor. This conversation should be about, can you find the right you? Can you find the right you? Are you willing? Are you courageous enough to not to identify with your sickness? Are you courageous enough to accept the wholeness and to feed yourself? Are you really? And if you are, then the right thing, the right person for you will come forward and you evaluate them, logically. See, we're filled completely with these molecules of emotions. Every day things happen, and what do? If we go into the misunderstanding and misinterpretations, then this happens. Then our body bears the burden because there was a trauma and we shove it deep. We're going to shove it underneath the carpet because we don't want to work with the cat poo right now. This isn't the appropriate time. Well, the trauma, the dissociation, pushing things away creates a disease. That's what hypothyroidism is. That's what it is. The whole field of German new medicine or anthroposophical medicine or homeopathy, it's to really invoke your best self. Invoke your most centered and loving self. And from that place to choose what's most appropriate for you. It's not about fabrication. It's not about HMO. It's not about you being in any particular textbook whatsoever. Because you're not. You're very unique. You're an incredible, sophisticated, brilliant, complex being. And you have a particular dis-ease. And what it will take for you to heal is unique. And no one with any degree can profess to tell you what that right thing is. There are a couple of things you could do. Definitely eating healthy. Yes, it saved her life. She chose raw food. She started paying attention. But more importantly, she chose to think differently. She started with making self-honoring choices. Self-honoring choices. What's going to go inside my mouth? I'm going to be fastidious. I'm going to be incredibly selective. I'm going to pray. If I'm going to sip on this, I'm going to pray. I'm going to bring utmost gratitude. I'm going to be grateful. And you know that. You can just Google. You don't need to buy any of these books. All you need to do is Google, go under Google and put down molecules of water emotion, Dr. Emoto. Here's a Japanese scientist that what he did was on a water bottle, he would write down something, I hate you. And then he would freeze the water, and then he would make a cross section and look at the crystal structure of the water molecule. It would be this very ugly looking dark structure, and then he would put down I love you, and then he would do the same thing, and it would be this incredible, hexagonal structure, brilliant. What am I saying? I'm saying that what you're thinking, what you write on a water bottle actually affects the physiology, the structure of a water molecule. We know that. So if we know that, can you bless this before you put it in your mouth? Even if you're taking Synthroid, even if you're taking a particular medication, can you bless it? Can you hold it? And just center yourself in yourself. And just anchor yourself to whatever you believe in. Whatever you believe in, something larger, love, life, universe, God, Chai, whatever you believe in. Can you do that? And can you bless what's going inside? You can affect it. You can completely affect it. And then obviously, what she's bringing forward in terms of medication, not being the panacea, not being the cure-all, is incredibly important. But that requires certain level of sophistication, generosity of heart, for you to see that.